In this video, I'm going to show you how to start your legislative history research by identifying the correct public law or statutes at large citation. To do that, simply start by typing in the citation to your statute in the main Lexis or Westlaw search box. At the end of your statute on Westlaw, you should see a little section labeled Credits. And at the end of your statute on Lexis, you should see a little section labeled History. So both of these sections will provide identical information explaining when your statute was originally enacted and when it's been amended. So what you'll see in this case is that the statute was originally enacted June 22nd, 1974. It was first published individually as a public law, and its public law number was 93-318, which means it was the 318th law enacted by the 93rd Congress. After being enacted as an individual public law, it was compiled by date into the Statutes at Large, and it was published in Volume 88, Statutes at Large, page 245. So then you'll see a little semicolon. So what this indicates is that there was an amendment. So everything before the semicolon is the original enactment, everything after the semicolon is the First Amendment, and if you have multiple amendments, they'll each be separated by a semicolon. In this case, the statute was only amended once on September 13th, 1994. The amendment was published individually as Public Law 103-322, and it was then compiled by date into Statutes at Large at Volume 108, page 2146. So if you want to research the original enactment of the statute, you would need this information, this public law and this Statutes at Large number. If you want to research the amendment to the statute, you'll need this public law number and this statute. And sometimes, of course, you'll want to research both. So if you want to figure out which amendment is relevant to you, right, when the text you're interested in was added, one thing you can do is you can just open these up and you can compare the text and see when the text was added. But an even simpler approach is that both Lexis and Westlaw provide annotations, so little notes explaining what each amendment did. So to view the annotations on Lexis, just scroll down a little bit and you'll see little notes that explain, all right, here's what the amendment did. The amendment changed the fine a little bit. It substituted not more than $250 for a fine to under this title for the fine. So now you know if you want to research the fine, then you're going to want to research the amendment. If you want to research sort of the substance of the statute, you're going to want to research the original enactment. Same basic deal on Westlaw. If you go into the History tab, and then you go into Editors and Revisers Notes, again, it'll explain to you what the amendment did. And it'll say, again, all that the amendment did was just change the fine a little bit. So that will give you, especially if you've got a statute with a lot of amendments, it'll tell you which one you want to zero in on, which one you want to focus on finding legislative history for.